So in the next page, we have a left question. We need to add any arrows to the lines for this multi-way relationship, right? We didn't provide you with the answer because we haven't explained what's the meanings for these arrows for this multi-way relationship yet. So I'd like to show the physical meanings first, then we can come back to the previous page to answer the question, right? Let's assume we have another case as shown here. We have three entities: the stars, the movies, and studios. And among them, we have another relationship. It is a contract. So the physical meaning for this relationship among these entities denotes the stars signs a contract with the studio regarding some movies, right? As you can see that for this kind of contract relationship, they have the lines connect to star, movies, and studios. And for the line connect to studios, we have one arrow, right? The question is, what does this arrow mean? If you still remember how we read plots like this, then we can answer the question very easily. So if you still remember, according to our previous page, right, for the binary relationship with the arrows, if we have a plot like this, then we can read the plot following these arrows or directions from the complaint to the CEO, right? It means given a complaint, I can find one single CEO who manages this complaint, right? Then it will be very similar for this case as shown here. So by reading this diagram following these directions to the studios from stars, movies, via the contract to the studios, then we can read the diagram this way. Its physical meaning will be denoted like this, right? Let me change the fonts first. So if I know a star, let me change this one. If I know a star and a movie, then I can find one single studio which compose a contract relationship, right? So we can read the diagram by following the direction of the arrows from star movies to the studio, right? If I know a star from the star set and a movie from the movie set, via the relationship, we can find one single studio who form a relationship for the contract, right? This one single is important. If so, then we can add one arrow pointing to the studios, right? So this is the meaning for the arrows on this line for this multi-way relationship. Okay, then let's come back to the example we have in the previous page for the purchase, right? So a person purchases a product from a store. Do we need to add any arrows to the line that's shown here? Someone probably say we can add arrows to the product. If so, it means given a person and a store, we can find one single product that the person purchased from the store. Maybe it's not true because the person can buy multiple products from the store, right? So probably we cannot add it to the product. How about to the store? If we have one arrow pointing to store, it means given a person and a product, we can find one single store that the person buy the product, right? Maybe it is not the case neither, because a person can buy a product from multiple different stores, right? We cannot add the arrow pointing to here, right? Then the last option will be, can we add one arrow pointing to a person? So by following this direction, given a product and a store, we can find one single person who buys this product from the store, right? Maybe it is not the case neither, because given the same product and a store, we can find different person who may purchase this product from the store. In other words, we cannot add the arrows pointing to the person either. Then for our multi-way relationship for the purchase as shown here, we don't need to add any arrows pointing to the entities, right? So this is the answer to this question.